We're back with April Davis, our matchmaker, getting tips on dating. Confidence is the main core that we're talking about here.
Right.
So if you're on a date with somebody, what kind of tips do you give them?
Well, I always tell people you want to leave them wanting more. You know, you want to leave a good impression, and people are attracted to others that are gregarious, charismatic, and just have something to offer. So it's important to be able to contribute to the conversation and maybe educate other people, because people are attracted to that. You know, if they feel like they're getting something from you, they're going to want to be around you again. So that will help you to get a second date. And it's, you know, and people always say, well, there's your basic types of tips. Like if you're a gentleman and you want a second date, you should pick up the bill. and, you know, in this day and age, a lot of people think, well, you know, the women, they can do it, or you split it or whatever. But I go back to being chivalrous. You know, it's gone in a lot of ways. You know, a lot of people don't do it. But if you are a gentleman and you do something like that, it is going to stand out, and women will acknowledge it and appreciate it. So open their door for them, maybe help them with their jacket, you know, things like that.
Small things.
They seem small, but they also do separate you from everybody else. And it's always like that 10% difference that you can do something about 10% different than the rest of the population that is going to set you apart from everybody else.
Interesting. You have a story too about.
Well, yeah, with confidence. And one of my favorite stories and displays of confidence actually has to do with myself and my husband. So he was actually still my boyfriend at the time. We had just started dating, and I'm from a small town in rural Minnesota up north, and where we have like a shooting range out back behind my parents' house, and all of our neighbors were up there one day, and they're out back shooting their clay pigeons and stuff. And so I pulled up out there, and I actually pulled out my shotgun, and I shot a couple with them. And then they're trying to convince my boyfriend or husband at the time, they were trying to convince him to come out and shoot with them. And he had never shot a gun before. And so this is a guy, a total city guy, right? And never shot a gun before, was totally intimidated, was never around this kind of lifestyle at all. And we just said, oh, you know, just try it. And he thought to himself, you know what, how hard can it be? You just line it up and pull the trigger, right?
Yeah.
And so he got out, and he believed in himself, and he knew, like, okay, well, once they took him through and they explained, okay, this is what you do and how you load it and everything like that. So he goes and pulls it up and told them to pull, so they threw the clay pigeon, and he hit it.
Wow.
So,
there you go.
yes, first shot ever, right?
Is that when you knew you were going to marry him?
Well, no, just wait. Then they threw a second one, a third one, and fourth, fifth, like he hit them all. So finally they're like, okay, let's put 2 up here. They put 2 out, and he shot those too.
Wow.
So really my point is that you never know what you can do. If you believe in yourself and you really trust yourself to the core, you just line it up and things will happen. You never know.
And if you're with someone you love, you know, why not take a chance? Because they're
Sure.
taking a chance on you too.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Were you looking at your dad that day going, yeah, Dad.
Yeah, I'm gonna marry him. Yeah.
Well, I kind of created a monster there because now he owns like 20 guns or something.
Oh, classic. All right, yes or no on Vicks Vapor Rub? That's a very compelling scent, right?
Oh, April.
She's thinking about
Maybe
it.
for
I love
the mosquitoes, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe for the mosquitoes.
I don't know, maybe it helps.
Okay. April Davis, thank you very much. We'll be right back.